Mr. Vice-Chancellor, for her outstanding contributions to literature, for her support of women's rights and freedom of expression, and for her support of the environment, it gives me great pleasure to present Margaret Atwood for the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters from the University of Edinburgh.
By the authority vested in me, I admit you to the degree.
Well, this is kind of family, isn't it? Wouldn't you say it's a bit family? Canada and Scotland. And all of those Scots, my families are from Nova Scotia, so we're quite stuck into all of that. There's a number of different connections, and in the extreme north, it was the whalers that went up to Hudson's Bay, and a lot of those people were Orkneymen and other kinds of Scots. And the other connection is, of course, that a huge number of Scots came over during the clearances, and they ended up in Cape Breton, and there were a couple of other settlements that people don't know so much about, mostly in Nova Scotia, and my father's family has one of those lines of Scots in it. And he was always very keen on Scottish history. And he made us read Sir Walter Scott. I hated that as a child, but I got into it later. Well, Edinburgh is one of the great universities, of course. And its way of teaching was quite different from, for instance, the classic English way of teaching, and it was one of the forerunners in the teaching of medicine and science. And there's a wonderful book on that by Mr. Buchan, which you've probably read, called Edinburgh, Capital of the Mind, which follows the growth of the Scottish intellectual tradition in the 18th century. So it was one of the forerunners in science and technology, and a number of the great innovators came from there. So you might say it's possibly one of the first really modern universities in that respect.